Hey guys, Neely here, and I am coming in today to do a video on the difference between heavy S and deep S in the THM diet. And I see this is an area of a lot of confusion in the community, and understandably so. It is kind of complex and hard to get your mind around at first. So I thought a video of me just explaining it might help. Of course, the best way to find out all the information about it is with the Trim Healthy Mama Plan book, and it has the information about deep S versus heavy S in the higher learning chapter, which is chapter 11, and then also in the Heads Up Turtle Losers fuel cycle chapter, they have more information about the deep S versus heavy S. And that's in chapter 24 of the THM plan book. But I know that sometimes it's hard to get your mind around concepts just reading it, so sometimes people learn better hearing it from someone else, so I thought I would just do a really quick overview of what the difference is, and maybe that'll help you kind of grasp the concept a little bit better. So very basically, the difference between deep S and heavy S is that heavy S meals, you choose fats to have in your meals that come from a variety of sources, including sources that also come with a little bit of carbs. Examples of those sources would probably be cheese, nuts, avocados, creamy dressings that you'd buy from the store, that kind of thing. All of those have a lot of high fat, but then they also have a little bit of carbs attached. And on deep S, you want to take all of those things away and only focus on the more pure superfood type fats like butter, coconut oil, MCT oil, extra virgin olive oil, fatty meat. So when I'm thinking about deep S, I feel like it's easier to talk about the things that you can eat versus the things that you can't eat, because it just makes it a lot more clear. And when you're doing deep S, you're trying to keep it super simple. There's a lot of little extras that you can add and still technically keep it in deep S, but I think if you get the basics down of the real simplified version of deep S and start with that, that'll help you, and then later on you can add in the little extra things that they allow. So the things that are encouraged in a deep S meal are going to be protein, and you can have either lean or fatty protein, but fatty protein is encouraged because you want a lot of that good healthy fat, and then along with that protein, some greens. And you can have other non-starchy vegetables as well, but the focus should be on greens. So I try to have a salad or sauteed spinach or something like that with every one of my meals, and then if I want to have a little bit of extra like roasted cauliflower or something like that, I have that in addition to the greens and not just a big pile of roasted cauliflower. And then to those veggies, you can add your superfood fats like coconut oil or extra virgin olive oil on your salad. So an example of a deep S breakfast would probably be some scrambled eggs cooked in butter or coconut oil, along with a little bit of sauteed spinach and maybe some sauteed mushrooms on the side. An example of a deep S lunch could be a big salad with chopped up chicken breast or turkey breast or chicken thighs, any kind of protein you want to add to it, and then maybe a few extra vegetables like some cucumbers, some sliced zucchini, mushrooms, those kind of super low starch vegetables along with your greens. And then you can top it off with a homemade salad dressing made with extra virgin olive oil, apple cider vinegar, lemon juice, those kind of simple ingredients to just make a really easy dressing. And then maybe an example of dinner would be like a steak with a salad again, maybe a side salad this time instead of a whole big salad, and then maybe some roasted green beans or roasted zucchini, some kind of a really low starch vegetable on the side of that, and topped with your choice of butter or olive oil or roasted in coconut oil. So those are the main building blocks. You want to have your protein, either lean or fatty, and you want to have your greens, and then your additional vegetables, and then your fats that you add on top of it. And if that's the only kind of deep S meals that you do, you are spot on and you've got it. And those are excellent, excellent slimming meals. You can choose any kind of protein as long as there's no like added sugar, as long as it's not breaded with anything. You want to just make sure it's the pure protein and then your vegetables and then your pure fat on top of that. So now I'll give you a small list of the no's. You want to have it simplified and down to those bare components of the meal. So they say no dairy except for butter. As far as higher starch vegetables, they say no peas, no onions, no winter squashes, no tomatoes, and be careful of Brussels sprouts because they can be a little bit higher carb and it's easy to eat a lot of roasted Brussels sprouts. I have found that to be true myself. So you can get too many carbs that way. And then no berries allowed. Again, those are just a little bit too high carb for the deep S. And then no nuts and seeds. Those come with carbs. They're good healthy fats, but then they also do come with the carbs and they're very easy to overdo. The only exception to the no nuts rule is almond milk and nut milks like cashew milk or flax seed milk. And that is because there's such a small amount of almond or flax or cashew in it that it doesn't end up being a big issue, and having a little bit of those milks in your deep S days can just make it a little bit easier. And then also no low carb products like no low carb tortillas or Dreamfields pasta, anything like that. You're just cutting all of those frankenfoods out. So now to the little extras, the list of extras that you can add, and this may not be an all-inclusive list. This is all that I found in searching on the Facebook group and in reading through the book again. So there might be more, but these are some basic little extras that you can add in just to make life more exciting on those deep S days. And those little extras are 1 tablespoon of Parmesan cheese, 1 tablespoon of their pressed peanut flour. The THM brand has their own peanut flour and it has no added sugar in it. And I believe some people make like a mug cake or something with that tablespoon of peanut flour. So you can search on Pinterest or maybe on the Facebook groups for a deep S mug cake or something like that. And then, like I said before, the almond, cashew, and flaxseed milks you can have. And then you can drink the all-day sippers like the Good Girl Moonshine and the Shrinker and all the sippers in the book. And there's also a lot of those on the Facebook group and the THM webpage. So those are fine to make it through the deep S days. And then, like I said before, 1 tablespoon of cream in your coffee. So that is it on the difference between deep S and heavy S. I hope that was clear. I know that it can be complicated, and if you are in the beginning of your THM journey, you should not even be thinking about this at all. It's not necessary in the beginning. The only reason you want to know this additional information is later on in your journey, if you've already got S's and E's and fuel pulls completely down and you've been doing it for a long time and you just need a little bit extra kick to lose the last few pounds, or you just want to increase your learning about these foods, then you can jump into the deep S and the heavy S concepts. But like I said, if you are just at the beginning of your journey, you don't even need to watch this video. Probably should have said this at the beginning of the video, but you don't even need to worry about this at all. This is not required information to get started with THM. If you have any questions, be sure to put those down in the comments below and I'd be happy to answer those for you. I hope you found this video helpful. And as I have different deep S meals, I'm planning on trying to take video of them so that I can put together a compilation of just different deep S meals that I have, and that will give you a good visual of what it looks like, because you can get all the information, you know, in written form, but then being able to actually see the meals can be very helpful. So I'm hoping to get that done as I get my deep S meals in, which I am planning on doing quite regularly, and I already do for the most part, but having some full deep S days thrown in here and there can definitely help with weight loss. So I should be doing that soon. That's all I have for you today. I will talk to you again later, guys. Bye.